So on to our next inductee. Sometimes timing is everything. And in the case of our next inductee, it seems fitting that the women's tennis program had a fantastic season this past spring, qualifying for the conference playoffs for the first time and winning a postseason match. Our next inductee helps set the bar for the current team. Let's get to know Cynthia Hoenes.
Cynthia Hoenes came to Gettysburg College the same year the institution joined the Centennial Conference. It was a match made in heaven for the graduate of Holy Spirit High School, as she quickly assumed a major role for the up-and-coming tennis program. Hoenes won a total of 17 matches in her debut season on the court, and the numbers would only continue to add up in the years to come.
When I looked at Cynthia's stats, that's what really stuck out was her individual success along with the team success. What stands out to me is that it seems like she was a big team player. Her tennis can feel like an individual sport, but it's clear to me that she really put the team first. She played all up and down the lineup, and she was consistently successful at each spot.
Hoenes was among a trio of bullets to earn selection to the All-Conference team during her sophomore season, and she rose to first-team status as a singles player in 1996. By her final campaign, she was among the best the Centennial had to offer according to the coaches, gaining first-team All-League in singles and doubles, as well as being named CC Player of the Year.
It's hard to get on the all-conference team in general because usually there's so many good players. All the coaches are voting, and you give a reason for why your player should be the conference player, but all the different coaches in the conference have to vote on that. So the fact that she was able to rise to the top there means that consistently through the season, coaches were seeing her stick out in a different way than all of the other good players.
The crowning achievement of Hoenes' career came in 1996. Under the guidance of head coach Bill Fitzinger, the women's tennis team turned in one of the greatest campaigns in program history, culminating in the first Centennial Conference Championship. Hoenes was near perfect, winning a combined 34 matches in singles and doubles competition, including a perfect 16-0 doubles mark with Tara Schmidt. The Bullets went 19-1 overall and were perfect in 10 Centennial contests.
They went undefeated in conference play. It's unbelievable. I want that to become realistic for us again. So again, Cynthia's legacy here is just really inspiring to me, and it makes me hopeful and makes me excited for the future. But yeah, looking at that and just how you would have to be so steady throughout the season to beat every single team, it's really incredible, and it just goes to show how focused she was as a leader on the team, because she was a junior that year and she really, I'm sure, was a big leader and people looked up to her. And so it goes to show how much focus she had and how much focus probably that whole team had to make that happen. And then they were runner-up the next year, so they stayed really powerful in the conference. And yeah, it's just looking back on that, I think that's such a great accomplishment, and it's such a great accomplishment for our program.
Hoenes graduated with a degree in history and minored in Spanish. She achieved a master's degree from Rutgers University and has worked for the New Jersey Department of Education since 1998. She is married to Mark Saindon, and the couple has 3 children, Louisa, Corinne, and Benjamin. The only CC Player of the Year in women's tennis to this day, Hoenes is the 9th player in program history elected to the Hall of Honor.
Cynthia Hoenes deserves to be in the Hall of Athletic Honor for many reasons. For her consistency throughout her 4 years, her dominant ability in the conference of great teams. She's the only player who has won over 100 matches in her career, which is an unbelievable achievement. And she was also a great leader. She was captain, she played singles and doubles, and she had great records all through. And she was a big part of the team winning the conference championship in '96. So to me, she really rises to the top when you look at her stats and just her characteristics throughout her time here at Gettysburg.
Good evening. Thank you so much for this great honor. Thank you, Allie, for working on the video. I know this college had a tough time finding my coach at the time, Coach Hitchinger, so I really do appreciate you taking the time to work on this video for me. First, I would like to thank Gettysburg College, the Orange and Blue Club, the Hall of Athletic Honor Committee for this great honor. I would also like to congratulate the other Gettysburgians who are here tonight and being honored, especially my classmate Joe. We were both here at the same time. I remember him playing sports, seeing him. I remember Kristen. So it's great to connect again after all these years. When I received the letter notifying me of this honor in the mail, which I have to tell you, it comes as a certified letter to your home. It made me a little nervous. It's not every day you receive a certified letter from your college, especially 25 years after graduating. I was a little taken back. It also didn't help that my mailman, as he handed it to me, said, well, maybe they're taking your degree back. Thank you. I opened the letter, which I do have to mention is actually dated on my birthday, April 9th, ironically. And I started to read it and read what it said. And I had this overwhelming feeling of surprise, honor, and overall emotion that brought me back to my days here at Gettysburg. I read the letter, and then I immediately called my parents. And then my husband, Mark, and then I texted two of my best friends, who I met on my very first day here at Gettysburg in 1993 in Stein Hall. We lived right next to each other, probably the smallest rooms on campus that year. Christy and Jenny. My mom, my husband, Christy and Jenny, along with my three wonderful children, Louisa, Corinne, and Benjamin, are all here with me tonight to celebrate in this amazing honor. My dad, who's a bit too weak to be here tonight, is here in spirit, and I know he was celebrating right here alongside me. Back in 1992, when I was looking at colleges, I knew I wanted a school that wasn't too big, and I wanted a school with strong academics. While I played tennis for 4 years in high school, I wasn't sure if I would be able to play in college as well. I remember visiting Gettysburg and staying with a junior tennis player for a weekend named Lori. I spent the night and met with Coach Bill Fitzinger, or Coach Fitz or Fitzy, as most people called him. I met the girls on the team here at Gettysburg and had a wonderful visit. It was just such a lovely time here for one night. It was just an amazing place. The visit made me realize that I wanted to attend Gettysburg, and I wanted to play tennis. My parents were thrilled when I was accepted to Gettysburg, and when I began to play tennis my freshman year. I played both singles and doubles here at Gettysburg. I had amazing teammates and doubles partners, Sarah and Tara, who I played with throughout the 4 years I was here. I love being able to play both singles and doubles, and doing my best to earn 2 points for our team as often as I could. Tennis is very much a mental game as well as a physical game, if anyone has played it. And I may not have been the fastest player on the court, I may not have been the hardest hitting player on the court, or had the fastest serve. But my focus was always to be consistent. And Coach always said, just get the ball in. Hit the ball, get your first serve in, get the ball in. I would try to be consistent and try not to make mistakes. I would want my opponents to make the mistakes and just be as consistent as I could. I always tried my hardest each and every match, and I never gave up. I wanted to win, I wanted my team to win, and I wanted my coach to win. I was lucky enough to play in a great team for 4 years here. Now, another thought, or more specifically a word that almost immediately came to my mind when I received the letter last April and thought about the accomplishment our team had achieved between 1993 and 1997 was Lipscomb. You see, during my tennis career at Gettysburg, our team started to travel to Hilton Head Island. It was one of the first times we started to go down during spring break. As Joe said, we would also often have to give up our spring break, but it was an amazing time, amazing week to go and travel with your teammates and play tennis. We played against other colleges, not in our conference, while down in Hilton Head. If anyone here remembers Coach Fitz, you may remember that he always got lost, always. Back then, we did not have Google Maps, we did not have our phones, we did not have any technology. But instead, I would sit in the front of the van with my map open, wide, with the route highlighted as best we could, trying to figure out where we were going to each and every colleges. So the thought of traveling to Hilton Head was a little scary for all of us back then, but it was also very exciting. I believe the first year or two, we actually couldn't get the college van. So I ended up taking my car with 3 teammates, coach had a car, and we drove to Hilton Head. When I think about it now, I'm really not sure if the college would ever allow that to happen again nowadays. But back then, for the first year or two, we had to drive our own cars. We were determined to get there, and we were determined to practice our tennis for the week. Hilton Head was a lot of fun and a lot of work. We played 2 to 3 matches a day in the heat against different colleges. It was great for practice and great for team building. I will never forget our 1996 trip and that year. We had a strong team. As the video showed, this was the year that we won the Centennial Conference Championship. Our team ended that year, 1996, with a season record of 19-1. Yes, 19-1. We had only one loss, and it will never be forgotten. We lost to Lipscomb University. Coach would never let us forget this. Lipscomb University is a university in Nashville, Tennessee that we had never heard of before. We ended our season 19-1, and Coach wanted a perfect season, and we almost had it. We were so close. We kept reminding him that we were often reminded by people at Gettysburg and around that we did have a perfect season in the Centennial Conference. But every news article, every plaque, every award, everything always had 19-1 listed for the 1996 season. Now, while I'm sure Lipscomb is a lovely school, anytime our coach or anyone would talk about a record, they would say, yeah, why did we have to lose to Lipscomb? For all those who are familiar with the show Seinfeld, you may remember the character Newman. Well, Lipscomb was our Newman. While working on my speech, I had to look up the university and see if it still had a tennis team, just out of curiosity. Well, it does. And the website says the university has Division I athletic programs. So maybe losing our one match in 1996 out of 20 matches to a D1 school wasn't so bad. Well, thinking back at my years at Gettysburg, I'm reminded that these were some of the best years of my life. Playing tennis was a huge part of my success, not only in college, but also in my life today. I received an amazing education and made lifelong friends while here at Gettysburg. Being an athlete and a student quickly forced me to learn how to balance my time and my energy. Schoolwork came first, but practice and matches were a very close second. My grades were always a little bit better during tennis season, and I think it was because I had to use each and every minute of my day wisely. This is a skill that has come handy in my life as I juggle being a mom of 3 children, a wife, having a career, and volunteering in my kids' school and our community. I would like to take a moment to thank some important people in my life. First, my parents, who continue to support me each and every day. They came to matches in Gettysburg, which is almost a 4-hour drive for them, as well as matches at the other colleges that we played in the conference. They drove to Hilton Head to support our tennis team and often brought snacks and drinks for the entire team to share. My mom would make brownies. She would bring fruit salad, everything she could to all of our matches. My friends, Christy and Jenny, both of whom are here today, and both of whom had impressive careers here at Gettysburg playing field hockey as well. They would often come to my matches. They supported me both on the field and off the field, and still do to this day. The staff here at Gettysburg, not only the professors, but the athletic department, specifically Coach Fitzinger, Coach Wright, and of course, Kelly Jones, who we would see each and every day in the locker room, and who always greeted us with a smile. It was so nice to see Kelly again here tonight. I really appreciate everything you did for us, Kelly. Finally, I would like to thank my husband, Mark, and my 3 wonderful children. They're my biggest fans, and while they may never see me play a match here on the fields of Gettysburg, they recognize and now see in person how special my time was here, and how honored I am to be selected as a member of the 2019 Hall of Athletic Honor here at Gettysburg College. This is an honor I never imagined I would have received as I entered Gettysburg back in 1993 and started my college tennis career. But looking back, our team accomplished so many things together. We truly were a team. I am forever thankful for the 4 amazing years I had here at Gettysburg, both on and off the court. I thank you for this honor. Thank you.